Bitcoin predictions for the month of November based on Bitcoin astrology. This is not financial or investment advice. Welcome, I'm Jack. I'm an engineer gone crypto astrologer. I combine technical analysis with astrology on this channel. Beware of the spam bots and don't fall for crypto scams in the comments below. Watch this video all the way to the end because I'll be giving my predictions at the end of this video. And let's take a look at the astrology, shall we? So one of the most significant astrological transits we have this month is Earth is right in between Mars and Pluto. Okay, so we're getting Mars opposite Pluto. Now this happens fairly often. However, the unique thing about this that has not happened since 2007 is we're going to be getting Mars retrograde. That's Mars going this way. And as you can see, Mars is going to continue. But then we're going to get Pluto opposite Mars again. And that happens around January 7th of next year. And then that's not it. It's gonna happen a third time because Mars is gonna go back direct when the Earth comes around here. And then you'll see right around here, I believe, Earth is going to be in between Mars and Pluto again for the third time. This hasn't happened similarly like this since 2007. And then before that, it was 1939. All right, when a lot of crazy world events were happening with World War II. Okay, so this is intense energy. I mean, think about what happened in 2007, the Great Financial Crisis, and then 1939 was the beginning of the World War. So I'm not saying that's going to happen, but we're certainly dealing with very intense volatile energy here. Major themes in November. Well, of course, we have November 5th, one of the most intense elections in United States history. Okay, there's that. And so that brings extreme volatility potential, okay? There could be extreme events that happen. There is so much tension in the United States. A black swan or gray swan event is on the table here for the next 1 to 3 months. Let's take a look at the charts. We have a nice weekly close here for Bitcoin, so that is very good. So this is the previous week here. Let's zoom in a bit. So what happened in this previous week, we went down to only 65K, not too bad whatsoever. And that was all bought up. It was bought up over the previous week all the way to 67,900. So that is some good buying activity there. Not super high volume yet. We're still waiting on higher volume to come in. If we look at the overall exchange volume for crypto, we're still just, ever since the all-time high back in March, we've been just kind of bottoming out here. So these can be good times for accumulation, but I can't give financial advice. That's just what I'm doing. We still have not seen a surge in volume yet. Now let's take a look at the stochastic RSI like I've been doing in the previous months. This is good news. After Bitcoin has gotten 2 fake outs, we got a stochastic RSI cross up here, then it went back down. Then a second one, momentum was going back up. Then we faked out again. Then really a third one, we got a cross here, and then that got faked out. And then finally we've got up. We almost got a fake out back down. But if you take a look at the blue line, we are heading upwards. So historically, I mean, the last time we were this high was February of this year, right before the all-time high. And then the time before that was October of last year when altcoins and Bitcoin went off on a major run. So this is definitely good news. This is for the short term overall. If we look at the 2 week, 2 week is looking good too, actually. So 2 week is heading upwards. We'll see where we close on November 4th with that. Then on the monthly is still heading a bit down after the all-time high in March. We got a stochastic RSI cross down, but it looks like there's a possibility that this could come back up. And if that is the case, that would be very, very bullish, but it's not guaranteed. So far, we still have not gotten a stochastic RSI cross back up. We don't have that confirmation. Little concerning here on the 2 month. We are getting a stochastic RSI potential cross down. But we have to wait until November 1st to see if that's a fake out because it could continue to just head back up again a little bit. That would be bullish. But if it just crosses back down, if it dumps like that, that's not going to be looking so great. Now for the November astrology. So November 2nd, Mars in Cancer is opposing Pluto at 29 degrees in Capricorn. That's that very, very intense transit that I mentioned in the beginning. Extreme volatility potential here, okay? November 2nd, we get Mercury ingressing into Sagittarius for 2 months. Mercury typically stays in signs for like a couple weeks, 3 weeks. It's going to be in Sagittarius for 2 months. The last time this happened was the 2017 bull market all-time high in December 2017 when Bitcoin peaked around $19,000. So this is very interesting. There is potential for a market peak. I'm not saying an all-time peak for the market, but this is very, very interesting. If not a market peak for the next 2 months, it'll certainly be a time of likely a major market shift. November 3rd, we have Venus opposing Jupiter, bringing in a little bit of negative energy, more volatile energy. November 3rd, right before the election, of course. Can't make this stuff up. November 15th, we then have a full moon conjuncting Uranus. Uranus brings a wild card. So this is very, very, once again, even more volatile energy, bringing in the unpredictable. So we might expect one thing and the opposite thing might happen. Typically, major shifts happen with Uranus. Now I want to do a deeper dive on Mars opposing Pluto. The last time it happened 3 times with Mars retrograde, with 2007 during the Great Financial Crisis and 1939. Take a look at this chart of the Dow Jones. This was the end of 2007 heading into 2008 when we had the Great Financial Crisis. Keep your eyes on the vertical red lines. This is each time that Mars opposed Pluto with that Mars retrograde. And what happened? The first time it hit, we hit a market peak a few weeks later. Then it headed back down, had a little rebound here, a retrace, and then it really dumped on the second time before it bounced around and kind of bottomed out. This would definitely be the most bearish case when we get a major dump in the markets that lasts a very long time. The good news is we have another data point from when Pluto was opposing Mars 3 times back in 1939. And if you take a look at the vertical red lines, the first time it happened, we actually got a pump. This was much more bullish. Markets had already had a dump. We got a correction. We headed back up, and we were stair-stepping back upwards until we hit a market peak the third time. Now, compared to this time, we're getting Mars opposing Pluto November 3rd, and then again January 7th, and a third time, I believe, April of next year. So this will last a long time. I'd say let's hope for the bullish case here. I think the bullish case, that's more of the case that I'm leaning towards in this situation, but we'll talk more about what kind of astrology is coming up. More of the November general astrology is November 14th. Saturn goes direct. Typically, we have a little market shift. It really doesn't have much of an effect on the markets. Historically, I've reviewed over the lifetime of Bitcoin, Saturn direct doesn't have that much of an effect on things. If anything, it could be slightly bullish. November 18th, Mars is squaring the sun. That happens pretty often. Slight negative, perhaps. Nothing too much to worry about. November 20th, we do have Pluto ingressing into Aquarius. I think that's positive. The last time we had Pluto in Aquarius many months ago, it was very bullish for the markets. So that's looking good there. Now, the November astrology, specifically for Bitcoin, these are the planetary transits that are hitting the Bitcoin birth chart, okay? And we have Pluto conjuncting the Bitcoin Jupiter. That's in orb. It's been in orb for a while now. So far, this is a bullish transit for Bitcoin. We also have Saturn sextiling the Bitcoin Sun. This is in orb. This is very positive for the next month and a half, heading pretty much to the end of December. Then November 2nd, we do have Mars opposing the Bitcoin Jupiter, right when Mars is opposing Pluto in the sky. So that is quite negative perhaps there. November 13th, we have Mars opposing the Bitcoin Mercury, another negative with Mars. November 13th, again, we have Jupiter squaring the Bitcoin Uranus, slight negative. So things are a little bit dicey the first half of November. But then November 20th, When we have Pluto ingressing into Aquarius, we also have Mars trining the Bitcoin moon. That's positive. So perhaps leaning more bullish towards the second half of November. However, to make things even more confusing, talk about heightened volatility this month. We also have November 25th, Mercury going retrograde. And November 18th, Mercury, right before Mercury is squaring the Bitcoin Uranus, that's negative. Then November 21st to the 28th, we have Mercury squaring the Bitcoin Saturn as it begins its retrograde. And then November 25th to 27th, we have Mercury sextiling the Bitcoin Neptune. So a slight positive there on the 25th to 27th. This is just bringing in more volatility. So we could see a little correction, perhaps, maybe even a big correction before things start going off on the more positive price action. This is difficult to predict. So if we do not get a major correction around the US election, around November 3rd or November 5th, then perhaps it could carry out towards the later half of November, maybe around November 25th when Mercury goes retrograde, or sometimes it happens early, November 18th. I will be telling you at the end of this video exactly what I will be doing in these scenarios. Definitely subscribe. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already to receive critical crypto and astrology updates. Now, I want to take a look at the Russell 2000. We do this every week. It's just important to keep an eye on this. The reason this Russell 2000 chart is so important is every single Bitcoin bull run that we have had, this Russell 2000 chart has broken off into an all-time high. Now, the most previous all-time high was November of 2021, right when Bitcoin got the all-time high. But we still, as you can see, we still have not passed that level. So we're still working our way through this sideways price action. We will be waiting and keeping an eye on when this breaks out, as that could be the mega bull market for crypto, the all-time high for Bitcoin, as well as a major altcoin run. Let's take a look at the average monthly Bitcoin returns. As you can see, October is typically bullish. We have gotten some bullish activity in the second half of October here. November is the most bullish month historically. Historically, November has the best returns for Bitcoin, so that's looking very good for November. This is the S&P 500 election year seasonal patterns from 1949 to 2023. And historically, just looking at the averages for the S&P 500, and Bitcoin typically follows what the S&P 500 does. So when S&P goes up, typically Bitcoin does well as well. We take a look at this gold line where we went down in April, up in May, just like we did this year. If you look at the pink line, that's what we were doing. This isn't fully updated, but really the S&P 500, got a correction in late July, and then we continue to head back up, as you've seen for the S&P 500 chart. But if you look at this gold line, it really heads down at the end of October. We haven't seen that yet. I mean, pretty much most of these charts have a correction. The gold line, the black line, the blue line, the green line, even the red line has a little bit of correction the end of October heading into November. We still have not gotten a significant correction yet, so it's still in the cards really for the next few days. Potentially, maybe it even leads into November. Maybe perhaps November's the time where this correction happens. So keeping an eye on that, but we could definitely have some volatility. On November 7th, the Fed plans to cut rates 1 time. Now, typically this can lead to a market correction in the next 1 to 3 months, because the last time the Fed aggressively cut rates was around 2020, around that big event that happened. And then the time before that was 2007, 2008, when that big event happened. So there's certainly potential. I'm not saying this is going to be the mega market collapse, but I'm saying we could see a correction pretty soon. Now, I'm not saying to sit on the sidelines and not have any money in the market. I am mostly all in right now. And, I do still have some cash. I think it's very smart to have some cash on the side, but I'm definitely mostly in. So I'm not saying to be scared of the boogeyman. An altcoin update is one of my altcoin picks in my private crypto Astro Mastermind has done a 2.4x in the past week. Okay, guys, this is the chart looking at this epic altcoin. I'm pretty happy with the returns right there, feeling pretty good. Are you ready to unlock the secrets of crypto, astrology, and revolutionize your crypto trading strategy? Well, this is a group mastermind with me. It includes a monthly group call, a supportive group environment, life-changing insights, all of these benefits. You can look at this page. When you sign up, you will receive everything you need to know to avoid costly mistakes and maximize your crypto profits within a year or less. For the next 2 signups only in November, you will receive the following bonuses: the altcoins with 10x to 20x potential, super high value. Learn how to identify the most promising projects poised for exponential growth. And we already are getting exponential growth from one of our top picks there. Crypto Astrology 1-on-1. Tap into the powerful connection between the cosmic cycles and the crypto trends. I'll be diving into all of that information. You'll get instant access to these masterclasses once you sign up. Also, an Astrology 101 class. Build a strong foundation in astrology with this beginner-friendly course. And also crypto profit-taking masterclass. That is absolutely priceless. How many of you held your coins, held your Bitcoin, held your altcoins way too long in the last bull run, and you lost all of those hard-earned gains? You must take profits to actually create wealth. So master the art of locking in profits at the perfect time during the market peak. Use the special coupon code to the moon. I'm being super generous here. I'm keeping this coupon code up for November. Use that code on the bottom of the checkout page and you will get epic discount. Jump on this before I decide to change my mind. Okay, so I also have a special presentation. This announcement's coming up. The astrological edge, the 3 biggest crypto mistakes to avoid and the secrets to maximizing profits. I have been working every day for a month and a half on this, and you guys are going to get so much valuable information from this presentation. Understand how astrology complements technical analysis to identify winning investments and avoid losers. I'm going to be going much deeper on this masterclass than I do on these free videos. How to use astrology to navigate both the market highs and lows effectively. You'll also learn about the most powerful formula. This is super valuable. You guys are going to love this. The most powerful formula to avoid costly mistakes and maximize your profits in this bull run specifically. Avoid the #1 hidden thing that holds back investors from achieving success. And this one is going to really surprise you, and it's very important. All right, so the moment you've been waiting for, the Bitcoin predictions for the month of November. Definitely, I'm seeing a very high likelihood of heightened volatility and unpredictability, particularly with one of the most intense elections in U.S. history. The good news is I'm leaning bullish because Bitcoin is getting some pretty nice positive transits. However, it is a mixed bag. There are also some highly volatile transits happening at the same time. So there could still be a surprise correction or black swan event in November, particularly with all these crazy events happening on the world stage. Please like and share this video with someone you care about who could benefit from this information and you want to see them succeed in crypto. And definitely subscribe. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'll be coming out with many more videos like this that you don't want to miss out on. And let's play the Crypto Astro theme song, shall we?
Hold on all day, we're rising to the top. By the dip, we won't let this moment stop. Sats in our pockets, we're running on this wave. To the moon we go, in crypto we are brave. The retrogrades gotta steal it up, it's strange. But we won't let confusion make us change. Crypto Astro, feel the beat in your soul. Money trying to go, it's out of control. Hold on, get strong, we'll never fade away. In this funky rhythm, we'll dance all day. Full moon's here, Bitcoin's in its prime. Their market fears, we just laugh, it's no crime. Full market vibes, got our gang in the groove. With Satoshi spirit, we're ready to move. Not your keys, not your coins, that's the game.